Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidas, bienvenidos a Escena Latinoamérica Radio. ¿Cómo están? Soy Miguel Miranda. Estoy muy contento de traerles todo el panorama que sucede dentro y fuera de Latino e Iberoamérica. Y el día de hoy aterrizamos en Vancouver para platicar con Meltt, una de mis bandas favoritas de los últimos meses, porque tienen un disco que a mí me encanta, perfecto para salir a carretera, perfecto para un día de alberca, perfecto para un día de vacaciones, para un día en casa. Si aún no tienen la oportunidad de escuchar su nuevo material, Eternal Embers, creo que se van a llevar una grata sorpresa. El día de hoy estamos con ellos platicando por acá, así que vamos a darles la bienvenida. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Great. Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're so excited to talk with you today, guys. How do you feel about with your new album?
Feeling really good about it. Yeah, it's awesome that it's finally out and now we get to tour it and play the new songs live. It's been amazing. Yeah, it's like working really well live. So
we want to start talking about the beginning of the band. Can you tell us about the early days of Meltt?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. We all met each other through school. Like I've known Jamie since we were like really young, like kindergarten age, and basically through high school, played together in a band, just doing covers and stuff. And then when we went into university, we decided to keep trying to make some original music, essentially, and started singing each other demos. And from there, it sort of formed a new band called Meltt. And once we finished university, it got more serious, and we made some slowly. And now we just keep going and keep growing, and it's been a really fun ride. But yeah, it's basically just formed out of a high school kind of band, basically.
Yeah, you start in 2017.
It was a bit earlier, probably more like 2015. But yeah, that's when our EP Visions came out, and that's I think more when the real Meltt kind of music started coming out, I'd say.
And how did you found your sound? I mean, I hope that I'm not wrong with this, but you maybe have some talk about what kind of sound would you like to do, and I don't know, what can you tell us about it?
we didn't really like consciously talk about it or decide, and I like to think that we're still finding our sound in a way, like we're still like evolving and trying new things, but there's definitely like some shared influences that we were connected over, especially like I think like in 2014 we went to this music festival, and it was like a lot of the bands that were there we kind of like just gelled over. Like Tame Impala was a big one, Poles, Glass Animals. There's a lot of this music that was like sort of the bedrock of what we do, I think.
And now in 2023, how do you feel with all these years of experience as a band?
Yeah, things keep kind of growing and evolving, I think, as we play more, and certainly touring has, I think, for me at least, sharpened a lot of my skills, just technique-wise and comfortability on stage. And we've like always adapted new things. We play with a metronome, and that's kind of added a new element, and just experimenting with new stuff. I think like just as time goes on, it's always trying to push the boundary of finding new ways to make new sounds and adding new things in and keeping things fresh, but doing things that excite us and stuff that we kind of want to keep evolving and creating new different things.
Do you remember your first time in a stage as a band?
It depends which. I remember my first time with Meltt was a Christmas party at university, like a house party. That was our first time, like, as this band, I guess, calling it Meltt. But I don't know, like, I think way back, the first time, like, playing music on stage was, I think, grade 5 for, like, some kind of talent show. It was some kind of, in my school, I was, like, 10 years old. I just started drums a few months before, so that was a long time ago for that one.
And what comes to your mind when you think about the first time that you were on stage as Meltt?
I was so excited. Like my mind was like so blown that we could just play together. Like we were playing our own stuff, I think, for the first time. A few of our own like songs, and and to play your own songs and have like a reaction from a crowd, even if it's at a crazy house party, university house party, it was definitely like, I remember being so excited after. It was so much adrenaline, and it was a new experience, and it was really cool to see people react to something that you created, and it was pretty exciting for sure.
And do you have any regrets or something like that?
Regrets.
No,
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, we're pretty
good on
happy.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
we made plenty of mistakes along the way, but we certainly learned from all those mistakes and made things stronger because of it.
Yeah.
and how do you feel as a band? You're a healthy band.
We're trying to be.
Yeah.
Not as much, but
Yeah, we're right near the end of a tour here, so tour can take a toll. But
What's the best advice that you could give to a young people that wants to start a band and I don't know, maybe be like you?
I'd probably say like just make lots and lots of music and like don't be like too precious with anything. Just like keep making things and just follow. If you find like something that you enjoy, just like keep following that thread. And the main thing I would say is like, just don't be like precious. Just keep making stuff. Like you make lots of mistakes, but that's like part of the fun. Like you learn from mistakes and stuff. So yeah, that would be like the basic thing.
I think the context of a band, I would say everything James said, but just finding people who share that same kind of vision. It doesn't have to be like the same vision that you want to make the exact same things, but it has to be the same vision that you want to get the same things out of the project, and you're both committed, and and you work well together, and you're friends, because there's a lot of time spent together, and you want to be able to kind of have that goal and that aspiration that you can, work on as a group or whatever. So, yeah.
And talking about the relationship between you and the Mexican audience, how do you feel with the response of the Mexican people to your work?
It was amazing.
We were blown away. It was funny because like we did a few interviews before the show, and like everybody told us like, oh, the Mexican fans, like they're so passionate, they're gonna love you. Like, and I believe that, but then like to actually see that like reality in person, it blew me away. It was amazing.
Definitely the most hyped show we've ever had.
What comes to your mind when you see all the crazy Mexican fans singing your songs?
I just love it.
Joy.
Cool,
pure joy.
Yeah,
it's like
goosebumps.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It's crazy for us that people could be like listening, like anywhere in the world basically, and then you go to Mexico City and there's like a huge group of people that know your music. It's like absolutely mind blowing.
And know the lyrics and everything.
The lyrics,
yeah, it's still very mind blowing to us.
And that they're that excited.
Did you imagine this in some point of your life?
No, not originally.
It almost felt like it's like the fantasy rock star dream you have, like the one that's like unrealistic, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to like a country and then there'll be this big crowd. It's like, but it's like, okay, but what's the reality? But it's like, no, that's happens in Mexico City.
You're living the dreams, guys. You're living the dream. Now, you have a new album. I really like it, and I want to know, how do you feel with this work? Do you have any favorite songs and everything? Tell me everything about this album.
I mean, the songs are kind of like our babies. It's hard to choose. We worked on this thing for a long time. Like it kind of started in 2020, and COVID slowed things down. But we spent months and months of our lives just working as hard as we could on this music, and it's been really amazing to finally have it out in the world. And like we said before, like see the response, being on tour and seeing the response to the songs in person, that's a whole other level. We've been really happy with it.
I don't know how to say this, guys. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I feel super proud of that album, like especially after the Slim Slowly one. I think it's like a good expansion and new territory sonically and songwriting wise and variety wise. I think it's a really good one, so I'm happy with it.
Sorry, guys. I think that as an artist, you have maybe 1 or 3 favorite songs of the album, and maybe those songs doesn't have the response that you expect, right?
Okay.
What's your favorite songs that you think, okay, this is the banger, and don't have the response?
Right.
For me right now, that'd be When the Smoke Abates. It's the slower, kind of more chilled out, jammier one, but it's a special one to me. It's right near the end of the album, and it wasn't a single or anything, so people will come around to it.
Yeah, I agree with Ian. When the Smoke Abates, I love. That was one where we like really allowed ourselves to just kind of to jam, and we basically used a lot of the first time that we met up and played that together in a room. That was like a lot of what made the final cut. So I really like that one, and lyrically it's like one of my favorites on the album. Ian wrote the lyrics for that one. It's like, I love that one.
And what's your favorite? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, for me, it's probably The Fire right now. Yeah, it's like kind of also near the end. It wasn't a single either, and it's a bit longer, and it's kind of got this long intro, and it develops in a really cool way. It's kind of like this almost 3-part journey in a way, but I think that one's a banger, and it's been really fun to play live and getting a good response live. So I think when people hear it as well, I think hopefully they'll get into it.
And what's your favorite song to play together of this new album?
That would be mine, actually. I think that one's mine. Live. Yeah. It's like a perfect combination of not having to think too much, but like, kind of evolving, and then really intense at the end. So you get to kind of get this energy. It's a cool little shift energy.
Right now, I really love playing the Absentee live. It's really fun because it's sort of similar to The Fire in that there's like a big journey with that song. So like by the end, it's crazy, and it's like,
yeah, the end, I adore playing the end of that song. It's really fun.
Finally, guys, we have to finish this interview, but we want to know, how do you feel in this time of your life with your work? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Or I don't know. How do you feel with it? Because as an artist, maybe sometimes we're not happy with your work, and we don't have this this. We're on the pursuit of happiness constantly. So how do you feel in this time of your life with your work?
I would say I feel really proud of what we've done, but I'm always hungry. I'm always like, I want to make more. I don't think we've made the best record we can make yet, which is like, if we did, then maybe we wouldn't keep going. But I feel like our best record is still yet to come. So I want to just keep going and keep making stuff, basically. Like, I feel like we got a lot more to give.
Mm-hmm. We're in the same way. Yeah, things are direction for us. So we just want to keep pushing.
Guys, thank you so much for this interview. I really enjoyed talk with you, talk about your music, and hope to see you soon here in Mexico City. I know that Meltt is one of the biggest bands in the music industry right now because of your passion, because of your energy, and I don't know, the atmospheres that you impress on your work are very awesome. So thank you so much for taking your time to talk with us, and hope to see you soon again in Mexico City.
We'll definitely come back.
We will be back. Yes.
Thank you so much. Have a good time, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.